Maybe I'm fooling myself. If your batter rices, can you still use it? I don't know. It's getting really thick. Should I keep blending it? Do I mix it? What do I do? I don't know. What do I do? Hey, it's Cassie, and today I am going to be making a 100% Castile soap. So today I'm going to be fragrancing this bar with the bamboo fragrance oil from Wholesale Supplies Plus. It's a very fresh scent. If you want to know more about my first impressions of that scent, I'll go ahead and link my video of my unboxing my very first order of soap supplies, where I have a timestamp that kind of shows you when I give my first impression on the scent. So I'm going to be using that one, and I did some research on the fragrance, bamboo, from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and the reviews just said that the fragrance rises and accelerates, but that the scent stays very strong in the soap. And I thought that'd be beneficial because of the long cure time for the soap, even though it was going to accelerate in rice. So we're trying a lot of new techniques with this soap. I'm going to be using a Pringles can. I'm going to be using a new recipe that I've never tried before. I'm going to be using a fragrance oil that I've never used before. And I am going to be using micas. I've never used them before. And for the first time, I'm going to be trying an in-the-pot swirl. So that's 6 new things that I'm going to be trying today with this soap recipe. So I hope you're ready to see what happens. And why don't we get started? Oh, that's pretty. So this is my first time using micas. That's a pretty white. Okay, so the main is gonna be French white. So I'm gonna need 4 teaspoons, right? Because that's 1.5 pounds. And it's 2, is that right? It's 2 teaspoons per pound of, 2 teaspoons per pound of oil. And I have 1.5 pounds, so that's 2. That's not right.
7 teaspoons.
Huh?
7 teaspoons.
It's 2 teaspoons per pound of oil, and I want to color 1.5 pounds of oil. So 2 teaspoons per pound, so that's 2 for the 1 pound, and 1 for the 1/2 pound, so that's 3 teaspoons.
3 my lord.
Oh my goodness, look at this. I wrote it wrong. We're gonna be real specific and measure this because I don't want to waste my ingredients, and I want to try to stretch them as far as I can without having to order more. And that is the Granny Smith. It's a pretty color too, but it's not very much, so we'll see how that works. And then they say you can disperse it in some oil. So I'm just going to use my leftover extra virgin olive oil. I think you disperse it in a tablespoon of oil, but my fragrance oil accelerates and possibly rices. So I want to make sure that I can disperse that right. I don't have any fancy mini mixer, so we're just gonna go ahead and use my mini spatula. Wish I had a baby whisk too, that'd make this easier. Ooh, that looks cool. That's a nice green. This is not going well. I am a bit of a disaster doing this. It's because this spatula is so big and unruly. I wonder if this is gonna do what I want, because this is actually like straight up silver compared to white. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's just a really shimmery white?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is, we've got several new things happening at this point. One, it's the first time I've ever made, well now it's the second time I've ever made 100% Castile soap. The first time was like 30 minutes ago. Two, it's the first time I've ever used a fragrance oil. Three, it's the first time I've ever used micas. And four, it's the first time I've ever attempted a swirling technique and an in the pot swirl. So, I have a lot going on. Oh, and five, it's the first time I ever tried to use a Pringles can for a soap mold. So, I thought I would challenge myself today. For the fragrance oil that I'm going to be using, it's from Wholesale Supplies Plus, Crafter's Choice Bamboo Fragrance. It has 0.4% vanilla in there, so it will discolor, which is okay because I'm hoping that that will enhance my design. But reading the reviews, people say that it could possibly rice and it could possibly cause acceleration, which I was like, you know what, that acceleration isn't too bad because I'm making an olive oil soap, and I thought that this olive oil soap might take a little bit extra time to come to trace. So I was like, you know what, if that happens, I'm okay with it. So I have a plan, and I have my plan written down. And my plan is to, one, combine the oils in the lye and mix to emulsion. Two is I'm going to split my batter into 3. And I am going to do 1/2 pound in this little one, which I'm going to color with green. So I'm going to add my mica second. And then I'm going to split the remaining in between this one and this one. And one is going to be white and one is going to be natural colored. And then 4, after that, I am going to mix in the colorant because I want to make sure that it gets in there. And then I'm going to add, I split out my fragrance oil. So I've got 1 ounce of fragrance oil in here and 1 ounce of fragrance oil in here, and I'm gonna split it between the 2 larger batch bits of soap. And then I'm gonna pour it all into the white one, whichever one has the white, however white it is. I don't know how white it's going to be. And then I'm gonna pour it into my mold. And if it goes too fast, then I'm just gonna mix it all together and throw it into the mold and see what happens. Put my lye in here. Put this in, and we gonna go. I'm gonna try not to over mix it. So, who was it? Anne Marie from the Soap Queen said, when using fragrance oils, you really shouldn't use your blender, that you should use a whisk, because blending fragrance oils will cause even like the best fragrance oils to accelerate or rice or, you know, behave badly. So I'm just gonna wait to see if I have emulsion. I'm just checking to see if my batter will split. And if it doesn't split, or it takes a little while to split, then it's good. And it looks like it is not going to split, and I think I'm past emulsion, so I'm gonna go ahead and split up my batter. I would have preferred to have more green, but oh well. So that's going to be green, and then if I'm gonna do 1.5 pounds, and now I'm gonna do the rest of, or I'm gonna split these two. So I'm gonna choose this one for my white, or my silver one. Oh, look. This one was really hard to disperse in that oil. It got really clumpy. To probably blend that in. That does not look white at all, does it? And then I'm gonna put the green in here. I don't have a little mini mixer, so I couldn't mix it again before I put it in there. So hard to get like every bit out, you know? I paid 78 cents for this. Ooh, that looks nice. Here's the part I'm nervous about. So I'm gonna mix this one and that one into this one, and then pour it straight into my mold. And I feel like, well, I haven't reached trace, but I'm gonna put the fragrance oil, and who knows what's gonna happen, right? Oh, because this one's already thick, because getting thicker because I blended it, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go with the fragrance oil. So I'm gonna leave this unfragranced and put a whole fluid ounce in there. And then a whole fluid ounce in there, but it is immediately ricing, like they said. So they said when it rices to stick blend, the ricing out. Oh, but I don't know. I think I'm going to abandon, and I'm just gonna mix it all together because I'm panicking. Panic mode has started. Yep, I am getting big chunks of batter, but it looks like if I blend it, it comes out. I don't know, maybe I'm fooling myself. If your batter rices, can you still use it? I don't know. It's getting really thick. Should I keep blending it? Do I mix it? What do I do? I don't know, what do I do? Amber, no. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep blending or if I stir it. It doesn't look white, you know. It is getting thick like pudding. I'm not seeing giant chunks. Brian, do you think I should? I don't think I should blend more.
The faster it's gonna set up.
Right. But aren't you supposed to blend it until it's smooth because you don't want big chunks in it? And I can see some chunks in it. And I read about ricing from the Soap Queen's blog, and she said to blend to get it smooth, but I don't remember reading like what is acceptable, you know? Like if it's okay to have these chunks in here. Okay, we're not gonna do it anymore. Because there's still chunks. I'm gonna have to Google and see what they say. Oh, it's a mess. I don't know if this is going to work because this is so thick. Oh, it looks terrible. It looks so bad. I like want to mix it in because like this is thinner and that's thicker. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it looks so bad. And I'm and the rest of this, I'm just gonna stir it together. So it is really thick. I'm just gonna mix this up and make a green, which is probably what I should have just did to begin with. But we're gonna see what happens. I feel like that's gonna be full of like air pockets and all kinds of stuff. Glop. I'm tired. Okay, I thought I would give just a different angle view of me unmolding these soaps. So this, I was given this little silicone mold by my mom for Christmas. She was my secret Santa, and it came with 2 of them. And this is the first time I'm ever using them. I'm super excited. I had tried to make this recipe. I had tried to rescale a recipe to fit perfectly in a Pringles can, but I did not succeed in that. I'll have to try again. And I had overflow from both of the recipes, and I need to figure out about how much extra I ended up making. So let's go ahead and pop them out. I'm gonna start with these, and actually I'm gonna be marking on them so that I can remember which ones were gelled and which ones were not gelled. And these were the ungelled ones. So this green bar was really thick, and I really had to plop it in the mold, and because it was so thick, it didn't fill all the cavities. You can kind of see how imperfect it is. Oh no. Bummer, look. Oh well. So that's the first bar. And let's take this one out. And these firmed up, I noticed, a lot faster than I was expecting, and a lot faster than the ones in the Pringles container. But look, you can see I was not able to plop it in there and get all of the air bubbles out very well. Interesting. I hope these come out okay, because like I said, the fragrance oil riced, and I'm so new to soap making that I don't know if it's okay to have fragrance oil that rices, you know? This was my first encounter with ricing, and it was crazy. That's so cute. I didn't expect the mold to press the soap in so much, so it's kind of like concave a little bit. And I was actually cleaning the dishes that had all the soap batter and everything on it. And usually when I wash dishes, you know, with my normal soap, dish soap, my hands have just been so dry and peeling. You know, it's just been having a lot of issues. But this time, my hands felt wonderful. Yeah, look at that. Boo. Oh well. I mean, I guess I'll be happy if the ricing does not cause issues. So we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed. I need to do a little bit more research on ricing. Let me know if you have had ricing experience. Like if you've experienced ricing in your soap making, and how did you handle it? And let me know if it affected your bars at all, or if you noticed that it really didn't affect them. Because as you saw in the video, I did not handle it well. Even though I knew that it was a possibility, I still did not handle the ricing well. Oh, look at the little bee butts, got a hole in it. But you know, I'm kind of kicking myself because I tried so hard to make that in the pot swirl happen, even though like my soap was acting weird, and I still try to go for it. And this last little bit, I just mixed it all together, and it created the prettiest soft like spring green that just goes with that bamboo fragrance, I think. And if I would have just did that with the whole batch, I think it would have been better. I wouldn't have had so many issues. I probably could have gotten more of that ricing out. But you live and you learn. This whole thing is a learning process. And then also too, I had put in that French white mica because I thought it was going to make it white. But really it just added like this silver shimmer. And I'm not sure if you can see it. But in the bar, you can kind of see a really nice like glitter, even though I didn't put glitter. And this one did not leak at all. The only reason why you see some soap on the outside is because I can't pour, and it just kind of, I missed and I got it all down the side of the soap. And for this one too, I took the lid off and the wrap off once it was solidified, just to help with it drying. And I laid it like this in front of a dehumidifier, and that seemed to help. So this one, the fragrance oil in this one accelerated trace a lot, and it also caused my soap batter to rise. Now I knew that was gonna happen because I read the reviews and I thought I was prepared, but I still wanted to attempt an in the pot swirl. But in all reality, like when it happened, I panicked. And I don't think I handled the situation right or well. I could have handled it better, I think. And then two, I was going back and looking at my notes. And when I was formulating this recipe, I got the recipe from Jan Berry's Natural Soap Making book. Ooh, that came out nicely. Well, there goes all my fragrance soap shavings. Oh my God, they're all over the floor. Well, there wasn't that many. Okay, getting soap everywhere. So this created a lot of dimpling on the outside of my soap, which is interesting because I never had that much texture from parchment paper. And this is the first time I've used freezer paper. So this one's gonna be a surprise as to how it looks. Sorry, my dogs. And so this one, you guys saw what happened. Some of it was thick, some of it was thin. I had to plop it into the mold. I didn't bang it down to try to get rid of air bubbles. So we'll see how it comes out. I really like the crinkle cutter, and I'm kind of sad that those other ones look like potato chips. So I think I'm gonna cut half of them with the straight cutter just to see, and then I'm gonna cut the other half with the crinkle cutter because I want to. So I'm gonna cut these edges off. Let me see if I can turn it so that y'all can see. I want to cut it as straight as I can. Oh my God, this is like a guillotine. All right, Cassie, cut it straight. Oh, this one's a little bit harder. Okay. So this is my first ever swirled soap, ever. Aw. I tried. Darn. The anticlimax. Bummer, I'm so bummed out. Let's try it from the top. Okay, let's try it from the top. It could change. The design could change as I cut. And these are just the ends. So this is the top that I'm cutting now. Boo! I guess it's kind of something. Disappointed. 2, 3, 4. And then I'll cut the rest with the crinkles. It is easier to cut straight with this. Oh, my soap is pretty hard. I'm glad I decided to cut it today. Ooh, I cut that all crooked. Ooh, that looks kind of neat. These I probably will do the edges. Looking a little rustic here. They're looking a little rustic. Ooh. Oh, that one's kind of cool. For a soap that riced on me, right? I was concerned it was gonna have more bubbles in it. The outside part is kind of crumbly and weird. I wonder why. I'm gonna start cutting with this one because I like it. Oh, maybe my soap isn't that hard. This one is just sharp. Look, oh, they're perfect. Look at the difference in the cut between this one. Look what it did to my soap. And I thought I had done something wrong with my batch. But then when I cut it, look at how perfectly it cut this one. Look at the difference. So I'm wondering if this is even a cutter or if it's like a bench scraper. Oh, it has got like a dull straight edge. Like this one is sharp. Like this has a sharpness to it. I'm wondering if my husband can sharpen that for me. Okay, we're gonna abandon that one. We're gonna use this one. Oh, it makes the swirl stand out a little bit more. Okay, I'm happy now. Yay! So pleased. I am so happy. I thought this thing was gonna be full of air bubbles. I thought it was gonna be all gloppy. I was so disappointed in myself. I was unhappy. And look at how awesome they are. This one's just gonna have one of each. Yay!